name is David Dada. I serve as the Deputy Director for the City of Birmingham Mayor's Office, Division of Youth Services under Mayor Randall L. Woodfin. And I've been serving in this role since August 2018. UAB alum, Birmingham native, and huge fan of the David Mathews Center and the work that they do. Been connected with them for about 4 or 5 years now. It's definitely uncharted territory, right? Like, I mean, I think our mission has stayed the same, right? But our methods have had to change. Like, they just had to. Like, a lot of the places where young people congregate for their safety, they're not able to go now. I mean, like school, your recreation centers, your parks, your libraries. I mean, in the parks you can go, but we don't want people congregating in large groups, you know what I mean? So it's forced us to change our methods. So the mayor, under his leadership, we've instituted, the city has instituted these town halls with different citizens, different groups. There have been some for faith leaders, there was some for small business owners, but then also there was one with the superintendent of Birmingham City Schools, Dr. Lisa Herring, and that was open to teachers could call in on it, as well as young people like students and parents. So we've done that. Then we're currently at work on a stay-at-home activity guide that'll provide activities for elementary school children, teens and tweens, adults and seniors. So like that's something that the whole city came together to create, like just recommendations across the sector of across athletics and recreation, education, technology, cultural arts, those kind of things. So that's gonna be coming out soon. Like people can keep an eye on birminghamal.gov/stay-at-home. The University of Alabama at Birmingham has recently made drive-in Wi-Fi available to Birmingham City School students in their, let me see, I wanna make sure I say the correct, it's in their UAB Express Lot 4. So they're pretty much just like, you know, they can come into that lot from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. And that's, you know, that's just huge for people to be able to like have the opportunity to get work done or just connect. Even if they need that Wi-Fi to be able to connect via social media with family or friends elsewhere as well. Like that's a huge asset. This is new to us, but I think we can learn from some of the things people experienced in the past. Like I know I've been seeing a lot of things about the greatest generation, that like World War II generation, and talking about how they persevered and things of that nature. So I think there's a lot of things people could read, but I also would say if number one, honestly, would be kind of like interviewing your parents or your guardians, or like if you can't necessarily go to see your grandparents right now because it wouldn't be safe for them, like giving them a call and kind of seeing what like life was like for them, just period, you know, kind of learning from their experience. So I think that's what makes like civic engagement and civic history like important, because I mean, we can learn from what they experience. Like, and that this is new for us and it's new for everybody, but they can give us some wisdom from what they've gone through. I think that's been really, really helpful for me. Like I know my parents, my mom's a nurse actually. So of course she's been like, you know, right on the front line. So it hasn't been the safest for me to necessarily go over there for her safety. But like we've talked about a way we connect, her and my dad, is through books. Social distancing doesn't mean like social isolation, right? You know what I mean? Like you don't want to have people like feel like they're alone. But so things like that. But even just taking the time to like call more. I think I've like, and this is on me, this is my fault. Both of my brothers live in one lives in DC, one lives in Denver. And we would talk, like, you know, we connect via text pretty regularly. But I'm not gonna lie, once this happened, it made me like call them more often. You know what I mean? Because it's just, I'm more aware of the fact that, oh man, if I wanted to go visit them, I couldn't right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like it lifted up something that it was always important, but now I'm realizing, okay, I need to be more intentional about that. So kind of making like a call and just talking for a while. So I think that's a way that we can, because you're right, I think we do value like connecting with one another. And I think since one of the best things we can do for each other now is staying away from each other, well, staying not too close, I think we should definitely adhere to that, number one, but then taking the time to call or if we can, practice the proper distancing to just show our face.